First of all, I'm happy that now 23 countries are spending the agreed 2%, and Slovakia is among them. But it's also true that there are still a few countries not spending 2%, and I'm engaging with them actively and intensely to make sure that they speed up reaching the 2%, and I think they all have to do that by next summer. And I tell them, if you do not react to my phone calls, you might get phone calls from a very nice man in Washington who might be less, well, let's say, having less of a time, has more time limit, I guess, on what he wants to achieve. So, if not me, then they might get phone calls from somebody else. We all really have to get to the 2%. That is crucial. Then, of course, we have to decide on the next target, and we will do that in the The Hague NATO summit, and the president will be there. But we will not do it like in 2014 by saying, okay, let's get to a number. We will base it now on a process within NATO, the capability targeting process, which will deliver the gaps between where we are and where we should be. And when you look at those gaps now emerging, but we are not there yet, we are still finalizing all the work, then it is clear that 2% is not enough, that it will be much more. I think it will be considerably more than 3% at least. We'll see where we get to. And then, of course, we also need to decide on a time path. And I think we have to decide on an ambitious time path to get to the new target. So not like in 2014, we decide on 2% and then nothing happened till President Trump was elected. And then all of a sudden, the numbers went up. I think we should now decide on an ambitious time path in The Hague, which will bring us to the new number as soon as possible. Then, of course, there is always the question of what can you count within the spending numbers and what can you not count within the spending numbers. I know there are particular wishes with Slovakia, which I totally understand. I cannot answer now exactly what will be the outcome, but we agreed that we will continue the discussion also at our advisors to see what we can do, what we cannot do. Because in the end, of course, there are rules within NATO, what is part of the spending and what is not. So I totally understand the requirement from Slovakia, but again, we have to make sure that it fits in the system, and we will continue that discussion.
Jednu malú poznámku.